Okay. Well, Kay, thank you all for joining and listening. It's Kay and Crystal with Small Business Sorted Podcasts, and it's nice to be back again, isn't it, Kay?
It's lovely to be back.
Yeah.
It's lovely to be back. It's been a little while.
It's been a little while, but it's come around quick as well.
It's come around very, very quickly. The time has absolutely flown.
I know, and you've been busy with your national
I've been
meet.
busy with the Mazda MX-5 Club
Yes.
of New South Wales.
I know.
So
You're very busy with that one.
Yes, and we spent last week in the Hunter Valley.
Oh, beautiful.
120 cars, 180 people.
Wow, that's huge.
At the Ridges Hotel, and we just drove around the
Hunter Valley,
wineries. And
yeah.
it was amazing. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Wow. So how many cars were there altogether?
So 120.
Oh, my gosh.
And they have competitions for the best. They have different categories. They have show and shine, which is just your car needs to look nice and clean and shiny. But they also have pride of ownership, where they actually look at your engine and all the bits and pieces. Now, I love my car, but I don't know anything about the
motor.
The motor, I'm afraid.
I'm no mechanic,
Don't tell the other members that. They would be very disappointed in me. But yeah, so. And you've just bought yourself a new BYD.
I know. I don't think there's a BYD club yet. It's
No,
probably all
probably
tradies anyway. They're not going to drive around.
Probably
Actually,
not.
they probably would drive around the Hunter.
Yep.
No, it's fantastic. It's that electric hybrid car. So I guess in the current economy, I should
Yes.
say. I just thought I'd get one, and we can use it for work as well. But gee, it's beautiful to drive.
Yeah,
it's
it's nice
so
to
really, it's impressive. It's like driving a car as well. It sort of feels really easy to drive. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, to be honest. So it's only like a week old. So talk to me next month.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's our topic for today?
Well, we've got a very interesting topic today, and it's actually one that I speak a lot about with people, and I do see a lot of different kinds of bookkeepers. So we thought we would chat today about what makes a good bookkeeper. And I think often, one of the things that you often hear is, are your books up to date, or are they up to date, or are they always behind? And I feel in today's world, one of my little pet things is that, we have our bank feeds going in, everything. So you should be able to have your books up to date, like every week, like I don't think you need to wait a month anymore. So, and often business owners sort of fall behind or don't look at their numbers because nothing's reconciled. So I think what makes a good bookkeeper, I think there's some excellent bookkeepers out there. So yeah. And you're a bookkeeper too.
I'm still a bookkeeper.
Yeah, so it'd be nice to hear it from your side too, I think.
Yeah, there's no excuse for not having those books up to date. No excuse at all. I wouldn't say it's laziness. Bookkeepers are probably very busy. Yeah. They're very busy people and often deal with a lot of different clients. So they're trying to juggle a lot of different clients. But certainly one of the most important things, certainly for a business owner, is your books need to be up to date.
Yeah.
Not only do they need to be up to date,
yeah,
they need to be accurate.
They do.
If they're not accurate,
well, you've got nothing to look at.
Well, up to date just goes out of the window.
Well,
there's no point.
You can't. Yeah, there's no point, right?
No,
and then you do look at your bank account balance, don't you? Because that's the only thing you've got then, really.
Yes.
Do you see, from a bookkeeper's perspective, how easy is it for business owners to actually get to know you and see if that you're the right person to work? Is the relationship important to you as well? I know it's very important to business owners to have a good relationship with their bookkeeper. Is it important for you?
Absolutely. It's certainly for me. I think one thing I've always prided myself on is the good relationships that I've had with my clients. The relationship is super important.
Yeah.
You want to get to know them. You want to be talking to them as regularly as you can, which may only end up being once a month, a couple of times a month, a phone call, often a coffee. And it's also important, I feel, that you understand the client's business.
Yes.
They're not just numbers. It's not just figures on a piece of paper, which unfortunately I think a lot of bookkeepers don't see beyond that. Again, because they're busy, maybe don't have the interest, but don't have the time. It's
or maybe
just
they don't
bookkeeping.
understand that industry,
They
potentially.
they may not understand the industry.
Yeah.
So I always took pride in understanding the business, and that helps you to see any red flags
Yes.
that might appear or show in those numbers. Whereas if you don't understand the business, then you'd miss those.
And what happens if the relationship isn't good or you don't gel with that person? How does that affect the bookkeeping, do you think?
It's not good because you need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to ask questions and get answers.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's important to have a good relationship.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, I've said this to you before about me. I like to be liked. Do you remember that?
You really like to be liked.
I think it all comes from I like to be liked.
Yes.
I've always liked my clients, and I think they've always liked me.
Yeah.
And as I said, that's what I pride myself on is the relationship. And I probably become too friendly sometimes, which makes it hard if there's something awkward or difficult that you have to discuss with them. But
now that I like to be liked, if I go back to the DISC profile, the which is like a behavior style sort of thing you could take, and you kind of work out what kind of behaviors you have, and you kind of have a preference. So I know your DISC profile, so I know you're a very high S, and S people are really good team players. They love people. They love doing the same things over and over again, or they like routine.
Not sure that's me.
I think, but you like routine.
Routine, absolutely. I don't like surprises.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
and give you a good to-do list, and you love getting all those done. And I think that like to be liked is really it's lovely. It's and a lot of us humans want to be liked, right? There's not too many of us that don't like to be liked. So. And I think our customers like to be liked as well, right?
Yeah, true.
So it's important for them to feel like the bookkeeper likes them and is showing an interest in their business. I think one of the things I really, as a business owner, and I see a lot of different bookkeepers helping my clients, but I also see, I've had a lot of bookkeepers over the years as well, and probably the best ones that I've had, the best results I've got out of my books and understanding it and everything was having that good relationship. But I've had bad relationships too. And I think the thing where, and I know everybody gets busy, and I know sometimes business owners don't reply in a timely manner, that. But I think that it's that communication. If I never hear from anybody ever, then I just don't think they care.
Yeah. I think, butting in, I'm sorry, but I think communication as well, it's good if you know you can call the business owner when you need to.
Yes.
And that they will be there for you, I guess, and that vice versa. That more importantly, the business owner can call you when if they have a quick question, they can call.
Yeah.
It's not a case of I've got to make an appointment or call, after 5 o'clock or before whatever.
Yeah.
You can actually just pick up the phone and call.
Yeah.
I actually had a call yesterday with a lady. She obviously wanted to talk to me yesterday. So she did ask, can I, when are you available? And I said, well, 4 o'clock. And she gave me a call and we did a Zoom and we sorted out the problem.
Yeah.
Because that's what she wanted to do. She didn't want to wait until tomorrow or next week or...
Your style is very... and I guess lots of different bookkeepers have different styles, I guess. Some like to do it on email and not be interrupted. And I guess, depending on their workload and how many staff, or if staff are doing it or not doing it, I guess. But I guess that having that conversation up front and working out how you like, because some people might just want a text message, instead of a call. Working out what that style of communication is. And I know you're a very high response person and a quick responder. And I'm like that too. So for me, having a bookkeeper that matches my style is important to me. Yeah. But if I was one of those people that just say, don't interrupt me, then I think then that's a conversation to have.
Yeah. And the other thing is important, if you do have a business, if you have a bookkeeping business or any book business, you shouldn't actually, everyone will tell you, you should not look at every email that comes in throughout the day.
Yeah.
You should not pick up every phone call that comes in because it doesn't help with productivity. So I've got to add that in.
Yes.
Personally, I tend to jump around a bit too from client to client. That's obviously also not always a good thing. But I do that because I deal with the important thing in each client's file or whatever. Something else I wanted to say about disc profile.
Oh, yes.
That you taught,
I love the disc profile.
You taught me. Obviously you get clients who respond, clients who don't respond, clients who respond to text messages, clients who respond to emails or phone calls. And I had one client who I couldn't get a response.
Yeah.
And you said he's a high
D, high C.
That was it. And he
they don't like people.
Well, no, I think what
they're very task orientated, and they really don't have a lot of empathy for people per se.
Yeah. But there was another guy who, some people like detail.
Yep.
Some people don't.
Yes.
So this guy didn't like detail.
Yes.
There's no point in giving him all the details of an account or whatever.
Yeah.
He wouldn't listen. Give him the top, the most important figures.
Yeah.
And he was there.
Happy with that.
And he also liked being talked to, or not talked to. Text messages were the best way to get through to him.
Well, there you
and
go.
I got a response.
You worked it out.
I was like, yeah, I worked it out, but only after you'd spoken to me and told me different people like different types and methods
or different styles. And then you don't take it personally, right?
No,
because you think if he's ignoring me, is he a good client? Is he not a good client? Does he like me? All that sort of stuff too.
Then again, I've had one or two people who don't respond. Don't respond. Don't respond.
What happened?
They're not my clients anymore. Sorry. I got to say
it must be frustrating, isn't it? And I think for business owners out there who might be listening, it's really, really hard for bookkeepers when they're trying to do the work for you and get your books up to date, as they say, or your Xero up to date or QuickBooks, but they can't get the answer that they need from you. So if you do get a inquiry, if they do ask for you to do something, just get it done quickly because that really helps get your things. And I know it's a hassle. You got to go find that receipt or look for, what was that again? Or so that can be the thing, Kay, that I wanted to ask. I know that when I was doing the admin side of that business, remember, the admin bookkeeping business, I found that a lot of clients misunderstood the difference between what a bookkeeper does and what an admin does. Yeah. So quite often I think that line gets very blurred, and admin kind of can include bookkeeping and bookkeeping can kind of include admin. What is a bookkeeper's role per se?
A bookkeeper's role is looking after the numbers, reconciling the accounts, producing the profit and loss statement, letting you know how well your business is doing. That's what the bookkeeper's job is. Checking on your accounts receivable, outstanding.
What is accounts receivable again?
Customers who owe you money.
Yes.
So checking on them, possibly sending reminders, but not necessarily. As a bookkeeper, I did not send reminders to clients. That was the client's responsibility and the admin's responsibility. But keeping an eye on it, that is definitely the bookkeeper's job.
Yeah.
And the bills that you need to pay, keeping those accurate and up to date so you know how much you owe. That is also a bookkeeper's job. Sending out the invoices, quotes, admin. It's best to keep them separate because both are quite involved, quite detailed, and involve quite a lot of work.
Yes.
So if you mix them together, then something's going to fall by the wayside.
I agree.
Either invoicing won't be done on time to the clients, or your figures won't be up to date. It's very difficult to do the whole the whole thing.
I agree. And I think the other part of your bookkeeper is to make sure that your BASs get done every quarter or monthly, depending what you're doing. Now with that new payday super, that's going to become a big thing that a bookkeeper can help you with, making sure your payroll is up to date.
Yep.
I love having a bookkeeper do the payroll. It kind of puts a middle person between the business owner and the staff members. So if something isn't right, or we miss a holiday day, or we miss a sick day, or we don't, if there's a mistake, it's really easy to say, I'll get the bookkeeper to fix it. I just like that sort of separation on that.
And remember, there's a difference between a bookkeeper and a BAS agent. Just that a bookkeeper doesn't necessarily have to be a BAS agent.
Right.
A BAS agent allows them to communicate with the ATO and to record or correct any GST on items you may have recorded. A bookkeeper can educate you about GST. They can produce your books, your profit and loss balance sheet. They can bring the data up to a stage where the BAS agent can review and lodge your BAS.
Or your
accountant. But a bookkeeper who isn't a BAS agent cannot lodge the BAS and should not be advising you on that.
So, but most bookkeepers are BAS agents as well. I always recommend our clients to look for a bookkeeper BAS agent, because then it's all in one, one-stop shop type of thing. And then your accountant, of course, that's a whole separate thing. Your accountant then advises you on where your taxes are, and can also advise you on your business, and like they can really see the structure of the business, how it's all going. But so I feel like there's a really a good role, and sometimes I find bookkeepers who try and do the admin for businesses often don't. It's really not their wheelhouse. I feel
likely they don't understand bookkeeping.
I think
they're
get it
probably
wrong.
an admin who don't, and you do need to have an understanding.
And some do it very well and love it, but I think it's really nice to have that separation, because admin, which we'll have another subject on this, another podcast on admin, but I feel that an admin person can do all those things that the business owner does. So like can answer the phones, they can book the quotes in, they can schedule the return calls to clients that have got queries, they can update all the merchandise and stock that you might have. They can, invoice, they can follow up on outstanding monies, they can follow up on any outstanding tenders or quotes or whatever. They can do feedbacks from your clients, they can talk to the staff and get the information back in. Different businesses have lots of different admin in their business, and if business owners are wasting too much time on their admin, then that's where you need an admin, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it should be a bookkeeper.
No.
And I think sometimes we get that mixed up. And so anyway, thanks for clarifying that, Kay. That's really, really good.
So something else that I think is important for a good bookkeeper is that they are, or a sign of a good bookkeeper is that they are kept up to date with the latest technology. And in today's world,
so
it's ever-changing.
Define technology for me.
Technology, I'm talking about technology to do with bookkeeping, obviously. So any accounting software that's available, any apps that are available for, such as Dext or even...
So Dext is, what's that?
Dext helps you to take photocopies or copies of your receipts.
And your bills,
import them into Xero, QuickBooks, or whichever software you're
does it
using.
so well.
And it means you do not have to manually enter anything. The data is read off those pieces of paper and goes straight into your accounting software. And there's just more and more software out there.
Yeah, like job management systems and CRMs and all
there's
that sort
actually
of stuff.
too many.
Yeah.
There's too many now. But you have to keep up to date with it, because some of it is almost, and it is, doing the job of the bookkeeper and maybe even the admin. So if you're not up to date with this stuff, then you're losing out. The business owner's losing out because it's saving time. In most cases, it's helping with accuracy and it's saving time. And everybody wants to do that.
Yeah.
You need to keep up with the Joneses.
How do you keep up with how do you keep up to date with that stuff?
Well,
what do
the
you
way
do?
I've done it in the past, I used to be part of the First Class Accounts franchise.
Oh, yes.
And we had conferences, workshops, webinars, and we were kept up to date with every possible new software.
Yeah.
And not just software, the rules and regulations that in this day and age seem to be constantly
changing. Yeah.
and they're not changing for the better.
No.
Well, they may be in some respects for the better, but they're certainly not helping or saving any time for bookkeepers, business owners. All they seem to be doing is putting extra work onto them. Nevertheless, you still have to keep up to date with them.
Yes.
So the franchise used to keep me up to date with all that stuff. Plus ABN, the Australian Bookkeepers Network.
Oh, yes.
I was a member of that, and they also keep you up to date with software, compliance, rules and regulations. They lobby the ATO if they think something's not right or something that's not helping or that we don't like.
I think just talking about software, and that's probably not a bad time to bring this up, but the AI that's now coming through in Xero, and I guess QuickBooks isn't far behind.
I think QuickBooks was ahead of Xero, to be
Oh, were
quite
they?
honest.
Okay. So I feel like there's a lot of that AI coming in, and I know the reporting, and there's different, like Syft, who does those great reports and that. How, I feel, bookkeepers need to keep up to date with that too, don't they?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I told you that I'd forgotten about Syft, but I don't know why, because I was running reports yesterday on Syft.
Oh, yeah.
Xero bought Syft.
Yes.
Reporting, and the software is actually free, the basic software free if you use Xero or QuickBooks or other accounting software, and it's like reporting at the click of a switch button. You get all of an AI is integrated into it too, so it'll say, well, your profit went down from this month to that month, and it was because of your wages or this, and it does all that for you. So you definitely need to keep up with this. As a bookkeeper, to be honest, it just saves me heaps of time.
It's changing fast though, isn't it? Very. I use that automatic reconciliation
Yes.
to Xero for the last 2 months. I just thought I'll give it a go and see what it's like.
I didn't think you liked that.
I didn't, but you know
sort of-
what? I'm actually really liking it because I can go back
and check
and just double check
I
it.
know.
But it's working really well.
I
it's
use
very
it.
intuitive.
I use it. I like it.
Yeah.
Why do you want to go in and click on everything and say, okay?
It's quite
okay. It's like, no.
therapeutic.
But as I say, QuickBooks has been doing that for longer, I guess. And I always like that in QuickBooks.
Yeah. So when you've got like for me, I've got a lot of business owners that perhaps there's a control thing, I guess. And they've been doing, when you start off your business, it might be a bit smaller, or you want to be on top of all your, what's happening. So you'll do a lot of your own bookkeeping and may have, right or wrong, you might be doing it really well and accurately, or you may not. You may have picked up some bad habits in there. How I often feel like that's an area where if you had a good bookkeeper, having them do it and double checking what you're doing. So there's many roles that a bookkeeper could do that you could do it and they check it and do your best for you, or you just do it or whatever. What are your thoughts on that? So you must see a lot of different kinds of styles of people wanting you to do different kinds of bookkeeping.
Well,
right?
I do now because, as I've told you before, I don't do the bookkeeping for people anymore.
No, you're doing.
They are
you're
doing
helping
it
people who are doing it themselves. Yeah.
And I am helping them, and I actually enjoy that more. It's almost like letting AI. Shouldn't say that really.
Yeah.
I'm likening business owners to AI agents, but I check and verify and produce the reports and talk about the numbers. I'm not actually sitting there just crunching numbers.
Yeah.
But then again, there are other people who don't want to touch their Xero at all.
Yeah.
they don't want to touch the file. But that's fine. Whatever,
it's fine, isn't it? I think
you
it's
want to do.
different courses for different folks, isn't it? I guess, or whatever that saying was. I guess some of the some of the things business owners do feel is, do you to understand their numbers, or do they just hope that they're right?
I think a lot of people hope they're right. Unfortunately, still, I don't know why, but I think it's because they don't understand enough. So maybe bookkeepers need to be explaining things to the business owner a little bit more, in a bit more depth than has previously been.
And it's a bit like if what you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. Yeah. But then you do know when you suddenly you've got like
no money in
a
the
big
bank.
BAS, like
or a big BAS,
a
like
tax,
you said,
tax debt, or a big BAS, or your cash flow, you can't pay your staff, or all that sort of stuff. And then you go, well, what's happening?
Yeah.
So I feel like bookkeepers have a big role there, just to highlight the ups and the downs, and that's what makes a good bookkeeper too. Is having that second set of eyes, and just, I guess, educating you, but also just allowing you to know, hey, things look a little tight in the cash flow coming up. We've got a lot of bills coming up, and certain months are definitely heavier than other months for sure too, aren't they?
Yes.
So.
Yes.
I think that happens a lot. There was I guess what I just remember a client who we'd been working with for a long time, and we were getting his figures right. So we were trying to understand just how much profit he was making. So obviously getting the bookkeeper in and making sure he had a bookkeeper and the books, but they were only getting done monthly. So then I asked him to go back and just get them done weekly, reconcile, because we need to check everything weekly. And we wanted to, we were checking on staff and hours and all that sort of stuff. Everything, we were starting to make a profit, but he just never had the cash in the bank. So then I said to him, can you go back and just check how much you owe the ATO, or what, because we did not understand why this, and what ended up happening was there was a huge tax debt. I can't remember the exact, but it was like over 100,000. He was not aware of it. Now I know that's an accountant thing, but the bookkeeper could have also highlighted to him. He never heard from them.
Yeah.
I know he probably didn't want to hear from them. He didn't think he needed to hear from them. So there's always a 50-50.
They should have flagged it.
But they could have flagged it.
Well, that's a case of going through the balance sheet, all your payables.
Oh, God, not the balance sheet.
Yeah,
I hate that word.
I'm sorry, Crystal, I know. I must admit there's probably not many people do.
It's a hard one to understand.
As a business owner, you probably don't need to look at the balance sheet, but the bookkeeper needs to highlight any issues.
Because your debt will be on there, right?
Yes,
under GST or PAYG or whatever. Or, but your personal tax, and if you're a company, won't be there, but if you're sole trader, it will.
Your personal tax won't be on there.
No, it won't be on there. So it'll only be your GST. So, but anyway, and then once we understood what that was, then we had to rejig what the profits needed to be so that he could then pay that off. But that was just one example of how, if we'd had a good bookkeeper and were tracking, or just knowing that we needed to track that, made such a big difference as well, And I guess if you were to know something was wrong financially, you then have a choice to make something. You've got a choice to do something about it. Exactly. But if you don't know, it's really hard to know what to do, right? Well, you wouldn't do anything because you don't know. Yes. So I think that's probably going to be one of those key takeout moments, I think.
Something that doesn't spring to mind, but a good bookkeeper is proactive, not reactive. I think there's too many out there that might be reactive. Whoops, there's not enough money in the bank account. Now what are we going to do? Proactive is, I can see that based on what's coming in and what's going out, you're going to have a problem. So proactive, not reactive. So that can save your business, I think.
I think so too.
Something we haven't talked about, and I didn't really want to talk about, so now I'm going to bring it up.
Oh, God. What is it?
How much to pay a bookkeeper?
Oh, how much do you pay a bookkeeper? Jeez.
And my answer to that is always, it's all about the value that they give to you. As we've discussed, there's people at this end of the spectrum and people who are not so good or bad, people who are much better, excellent.
Yep.
So you have to work out the value of that person to you, and
I think you know what I find too is that we don't, as business owners, we don't always understand everything that you do.
No.
So you may spend 4 hours a week or 5 hours a week on their thing, and we get a bill for, I don't know, $300 or whatever, and then you go, what are they doing? Yeah. And so you don't always know the value. So do you think a bookkeeper could explain more? Do you think that helps? Or how do you help business owners understand the value that you're giving? Because sometimes it's not always visible to see that value.
Yeah, they can explain what they're doing.
Would the business owner understand what you're doing?
Probably not.
There's the dilemma, right?
It's I'm not going to put a price on a bookkeeper.
No.
I just know that when I was not necessarily part of the franchise, and now, and before I was part of the franchise, and when I used to be a strategic bookkeeper with Jeannie Savage as well.
Oh yeah.
They always tell you you should really work out how much time you're spending on the clients, and how much exactly work out what
it's worth,
what your price should be.
I think I'm a you know, we've used the saying before, poor man pays twice.
Oh yes.
And
that one. What was the other one? Oh no, pay monkeys. Pay peanuts, get monkeys. That was your phrase. My phrase was pay peanuts, get monkeys.
Yep, that's it. But I think what we're saying there is that ultimately, if you are so worried about, you know, how little you want to pay them, it's like a good cleaner and a bad cleaner, you know.
Yeah, it is.
For your house, if you pay too little, you're going to get little.
I like that. I like the analogy. It kind of helps it to sort of.
Yes.
Isn't it silly that it takes that to make it sink in? You know, how much you should pay. It's all about the value. And
it is about the value.
How well they're doing the job.
Exactly, how well they're doing. And if you don't really understand, ask around. But I think you know when someone's doing a good job is that they're doing all those communication things and giving you the reports and not, you know, you feel like you got someone who's actually got your back. Then that is worth that peace of mind. Yeah. And what price do you put on that? Well, you know, you can't. Yeah. So I feel that if you're too worried about how much you want to pay, then you may not get what you are looking for. No. And then you can't blame the bookkeeper for that because you don't want to pay that money for it. Yep. So I feel it's like anything in life. If you want a good job done, sometimes that comes at a price. Yeah. And you have to pay that. Yeah. And for that peace of mind, or you doing it, what's your value of how much you pay yourself for you to be doing something you're probably not that good at, or you don't have the time to do well. Yeah. And so then that's going to impact everything in your business, because then you've got absolutely nothing to look at to make decisions on in the way of your finances and your figures, you know.
Something that's sprung to mind, it's not on any of our sheets here, cheat sheets. None of them. Outsourcing.
Oh,
overseas.
Outsourcing. That's
there'll be a lot of people
topic.
Listening who probably be thinking about or doing that.
So having a bookkeeper in your business and you outsource it, say, overseas, and they do it for you. But so my question to outsourcing, like, you're outsourcing a bookkeeper anyway, but they may be in Australia, but you could outsource a bookkeeper, I guess, over there.
That's what I was thinking
But then how do you then have to make sure your communication, all of the above that we've talked about, is in place, but even more strongly, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think the answer is it's okay to get someone who's just reconciling the numbers, maybe just reconciling the bank entries in Xero. Any more than that, outsourcing overseas becomes problematic.
Yeah.
You really need someone over here overseeing it. A bookkeeper, the
somebody
business owner themselves,
somebody
double checking it. Or I know that.
How do I know though that my bookkeeper isn't using someone overseas to do my books?
Well, they should tell you if you've got a contract with if you have a contract with your bookkeeper, which you
should all have a contract
it
with
will
your
be
bookkeeper.
written in there, although it's usually often only a sentence that says, you give us the right to, use. But ask them. I mean,
I think I would like to know.
yeah, of course you would.
If I saw mistakes in my, I think, when my pet hate is with a bookkeeper.
Go on.
There's a bit.
Only
you
one?
probably know what it is.
I don't
What
actually.
is it? Guess.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I can't guess.
Mistakes.
Oh, well, okay. Yes, especially if you find
Especially your payroll. I can't stand it.
No, it's awful.
I get really, you know what mistakes do, or they're either rushing,
Yeah.
and I know it's easy to fix
Or they
in
don't know.
bookkeeping, or they don't know,
Yeah.
or they have someone else doing it, right? And then that lowers my trust level,
Yes.
and then I go. It takes me a while to build that trust up,
Correct.
and then I feel I've got to double check there. And then why am I paying someone if I've got to double check it?
Yes.
But I just feel that for bookkeepers, accuracy and doing it, the right way, and making sure that everything is in its right place, that adds to the value and the trust of the relationship as well, right? So, and look, mistakes do happen, and information does happen, and it's very easy to fix. But I think it would be better if they saw it first and fixed it and let me know, instead of me finding it and then having to go back the other way. That for me as well. So I think it's all about communication again, isn't it? And knowing what you want. And some people may just want reconciliation, or some people may just want payroll. You could use a bookkeeper in so many different ways, can't you, in that way?
Yeah. So
we almost, I think, just about covered everything that we wanted to. But outsourcing, can I just go back to that again? I do think there is a role sometimes with that, depending on the size of your business. And you can get, without knocking outsourcing,
I'm not knocking outsourcing.
I feel you can get the right people, but it takes a long time to find those people.
Correct.
And to get that right. And your processes and your systems internally have to be so damn good for that to work. Otherwise, you setting them up to fail. That's not their job to set that up for you,
hit the nail
right?
on the head. You have to have your standard operating procedures and everything written down.
It's got to be written down, because that's all they follow. They're very good at following what you want them to do. And I feel and often the reason why they fail is because we don't have the right system in place, or we don't give them the right information as well.
Absolutely.
And that probably goes for staff here in Australia too,
Yeah.
So,
anywhere.
Just who was your best client, and what did they do for you?
Nobody really springs to mind, to be honest. Somebody called Crystal Petzer was pretty good.
I was going to say.
I've got to say that. But she was really tough. She had her eyes and ears everywhere. You couldn't make a mistake.
You couldn't make a mistake.
I don't really know. I like them all. I actually had a good relationship, I think, with every single client I've had, and I have liked every client that I've had, and I think they've liked me. To finish off,
I do think they like you.
What else was I going to say?
So I guess what is your takeout for what makes a good bookkeeper?
I think accurate and up to date. You can never, go past.
Yeah.
So as we said, accurate and up to date numbers explained in plain English, which I think we touched on, but we didn't really go into great detail. If they understand how your business operates, is a great help for both sides.
Yeah.
They're unlikely to make mistakes if they understand what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Like a tradie, you sometimes get things and you think, what's that?
Yeah.
But if you know what the business is, you're more likely to know what that is. Proactive, not reactive, as I've said before. And the goal is clarity and control.
Yeah.
So.
And I think mine is definitely that having that discussion up front, knowing what you want as a business owner, what you want them to do for you. Yeah. And if you're just starting out, just start off with payroll or just start off with reconciling, or just start off with BAS. But I think build that relationship, build that trust up. And I feel that having a good bookkeeper on your side, that you know everything is right, can just take away so much headspace and worry and time. And if they are very proactive and let you know that your business, well, I had actually talking about this, I had a client that came in yesterday and their bookkeeper told them that they got a huge loss of, I think it was $100,000 from January to date, right? And they go, why is that? What's going on? And they got a big fright about it. And so we went through it and we sort of had a look. But they never had their bookkeeper doing their outstanding monies. And they had over $150,000 owing in invoices. Yeah. So there was a lot of the money. But I said to them, why don't you get them to do it? You're not doing it, obviously, or you're not doing it well. So why don't you get them to do it? So there's lots of things you could do, and they can really help you in your business in that way. But the fact you let them know was a really, really good thing too, because they weren't aware of it.
All right.
Thanks, Kay. I've enjoyed this conversation. We could probably talk a lot longer on it, but I think bookkeepers are important. And thank you for listening to Kay and Crystal and Small Business Sorted.
Don't forget, good bookkeeping doesn't just track your business, it helps you take control of it.
Whoa.
That's good, isn't it?
That's a good way
to
end.
With that, we'll say goodbye.